ninjas, how are you doing? It's a girl Owamie aka Miss Fia for reporting back for our entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, most definitely welcome. Please make sure that I subscribed and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you. Now, my ninjas, today we're going to talk about Queen Nandi and the whole situation that has been going on. I feel like if you're someone that is on social media and do not live under a rock, you know exactly what I am actually talking about. Now, there was a video that actually came out. It was actually a live, and this came on Sunday. And this is part of the video.
I need help. I'm in Lone Hill, Santon, and there are thugs that came into the house. FYI, I have paid rent, and these motherfuckers who are coming here illegally, can you get cops? Can you get help? Don't lie. This woman is hijacking. Guys, so I rented a house from a woman who's hijacked this building. I didn't know. She said to me it was her house. And now, because she's hijacking the building, she's gotten thugs to come take out my furniture. So I'm appealing to the justice system of South Africa to come and make this right. This woman hijacked and made me pay rent up front. Basically, she was hijacking me. She robbed me of my money. And this guy's about to hurt me with a gate. You are squashing me. And now they're locking my kids inside. They are locking my children in this house.
Okay, picture.
And I've been calling cops and stop pushing me. Nshaye. Do it. And we've been calling cops to no avail. My children. This lady had a building. It was a house, and I paid. And now she's saying it and locking me inside. And she's throwing. Now out of the while is in their children. I just touch me. This is my brother. Kids out of someone say something. Send a flying thing in there. My children. My there. In there. My children. My kids are.
Now, this woman, her name is Queen Nandi. That's who she's famously known as on social media. And she was basically saying that, they're throwing her out. She paid rent. They brought thugs like she was cussing. Now, mind you, this is a pastor's wife, from what we hear, or rather, an ex-pastor. I don't know, but he is a pastoral. Okay, his storyline has pastoralness. Okay, and she obviously is a pastor's wife, because I guess once a pastor's wife, always a pastor's wife. I do not know. Now, the language that she was using, it was not very pastoral. Okay, so this is the first thing that I actually recognized or realized, right? But okay, fine. When I was seeing that video, my heart did go out to her and obviously her kids, because I'm just like, listen, nobody deserves this. Imagine renting a place and somehow somebody scammed you, and now all your stuff are getting thrown out, and your children are obviously somewhere in this. At that point, I didn't know how many kids she had. Okay, and then after that, obviously the woman that she was accusing of comes out, and she's saying that Queen Nandi is basically lying. She claims that they were supposed to be in that house for only 8 weeks, and they were only supposed to be in that house because they were supposed to shoot for a reality show, and they were supposed to front, like, okay, obviously those are not the words she said, but my understanding, they were supposed to front and make it seem like that house belongs to them, you understand, for the reality show. So this woman is claiming that she only had an agreement with the production and not Queen Nandi, only for her to come back to her house, and Queen Nandi has changed them damn locks. Shibubu, you feel him? Them cops come in, Queen Nandi is not opening. Okay, like they come to the gate, she's not opening, and I think at that point they couldn't obviously break in, stuff like that. You need like court orders and stuff like that. But as an owner of a house, Queen Nandi has changed the locks allegedly. The owner of the house now has to leave and go sleep somewhere else. Meanwhile, her house is occupied illegally at this point, because the 8 weeks are over. You have changed the locks to someone's house that is not yours, and the owner of the house basically does not have access to the house. Now, when it comes to the part of them getting those guys to come and remove stuff and everything, it does seem like two of the guys there are actually that woman's brothers, who were like, listen, not on our watch. This nonsense is not going to happen. And I guess maybe they did bring in some other people. Now, with the video that I showed you guys, social media people had a lot of things to say. And the reason why I'm not even posting all these videos is because I feel like at this point, a lot of you guys must have watched these videos. But I did have to post the 1 year Queen Nandi so that you guys could actually just, see what was going on. There were people that were actually like quite confused, to say like, the beds were not really in a clean condition. Now, we do not know, did they get dirty when they were being dragged out of the house? It doesn't seem like it was new dirt. Did look like that's how they are. And the way that their stuff were being carried out, it was just honestly sad. When the owner of the house got asked, like, okay, why did they have their stuff in the house, if it was that they were supposed to be there for only 8 weeks and it was supposed to be for a reality show purpose, and they said that it was because it was supposed to make people believe that this is their place. So I think that the owner did take some of her furniture, and put it in the back room or something. And then, Queen Nandi now, she, her husband, and her 7 kids moved in for a reality show. They were supposed to be there for 8 weeks. Now, Queen Nandi this is not the first time that they're getting kicked out. I did see that she had an interview with the Saint twins, and she was explaining the whole thing, where her husband obviously was a preacher there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's still a pastor even now. Now, he went there. They, I guess, fired him from the job. And since the house that they were staying in belongs to the church, once you are no longer working for the church, you and your kids better pack and leave. And at that point, I think she still had 6 kids, and then they do have a newborn. Like their youngest child is still very, very young, just a few months if I'm not too mistaken, but very young. Now, for me, I will not lie, I do agree with so many people out there that are actually saying that you having 7 kids and not having a house is wild business. 100% I agree. Why are you giving birth non-stop when you know damn well you ain't got a place to put those kids? Why? Because it makes no sense. Like, honestly, it makes absolute no sense. Now, at this point, somebody has to look like they're evil because they're kicking you and your 7 kids out and your husband. But you, as a parent, you are the one that is supposed to be responsible for your kids. You're the one that's supposed to make sure that your kids have got a roof over their heads. When you are having 7 children in this Ramaphosa economy, what are you thinking? What on earth are you thinking? In this day and age, like, I don't even want to lie. In this day and age, where 1,000 rands gives you 200 units of electricity, and you're having 7 kids, you don't have a house. I don't even know what job they do, both of them. But clearly, it cannot be a job that is stable if they are getting kicked off here, getting kicked off there. I really honestly do not know. But I think that it is so unfair towards the children, and it is also so reckless for a person to keep birthing when they know that they don't have anything stable. Like, okay, you could have had 2 kids and make sure that let's wait until we have a stable home. Let's build so that whenever these other kids are going to come, they're also going to come into a position where we are not going to get because I don't get it. School fees, if these kids are going to school, even if it's a government school, most of these government schools that are actually like in the suburbs, you still need to pay something. You still need to pay something, even if it's a 700 a month or 1,005 a month or however much, but you still need to pay something, from what I understand, right? Now imagine timesing that by 6, because at least this other one is still a newborn. Imagine timesing that by 6. Imagine saying school transport times 6. Sorry. If you are not going to get the school transport, then you have to take those 6 kids to school. I find it to just be reckless. I think that only people that are financially stable deserve to have as many kids as they possibly want. When you and me should actually be controlled and leveled by the income that we have. If I earn this much, then I can have 1 child. If I earn that much, I can have 2. I can have 3. And I know there are people that are going to be like, it's our body, it's our womb, but this is what we want, this is what we want. You're being selfish, actually. You make this. There's no child, guys. There is no child that will ever choose a poor family from a rich one. When we were all kids and we were playing, we would all fight. Now I'm from that family. Like, when we were playing, I'm from that family. A child will never ever choose a poor family. They will always want the rich one, to show that even children want stability. So for me, I just find it to be really reckless, to be really unfair. I don't know what really fully happened here. I don't know who's telling the truth, who is lying. It doesn't really matter too much to me right now, but it is really concerning that you would actually have 7 children and you will still be interested in fronting for the social media or for the people, that when you stay in this huge house knowing damn well that you only went there for a shoot. Why can't you show? That's why the other thing again, guys, right? These reality shows are not really real. These people rent apartments for these reality shows, like big apartments, to make sure that you guys will think, well, that's where they stay. They don't. They're only staying there for the duration of the shooting. And you might find that maybe they can spend like 3 months there just so that, it will look good on camera. They even go and they hire cars. They don't even drive the cars that they drive. They go and they hire cars just so that they appear as more successful than what they are. And that's why, like, now for me, I'm not even going to lie. Most of the reality shows, some South African, because it's a lot of fronting. Like, you don't really get to see and know these people for real, you know. So I wonder which reality show is that they were busy shooting. But one thing I can tell you is that it's gonna be a bomb. Because even I'm gonna watch it. If this whole thing didn't happen, I wouldn't know who Queen Nandi is. I wouldn't be curious of which show that is. So I am going to watch. If anything, I'm gonna watch the whole damn thing so that at least those 7 kids can have a place to stay. So hopefully whatever bank you're gonna make from that, maybe get those kids a home. Because this is very much unfair to the kids. You know? But anyway, go ahead and comment down below what you guys think. From Owamie, I love you guys. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.